either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become Bart Simpson with mouse ears fade out. You know, I think that the fade in, fade out meme has literally infinite potential. But you know what doesn't have potential? That would be the blue-haired weirdos at Lucasfilm, because the way things are going, George Lucas might be able to buy back his company at a huge discount. This might have been his plan all along. When he put that hack in charge of Lucasfilm, the very same hack who said the Force is female. Well, maybe at least the dark side is, because Gina Carano fans, unlike Kathleen Kennedy, actually like strong women. That is why we love Gina Carano. She doesn't play one on TV. She can actually whoop some ass. But the key difference between Kathy Kennedy and Gina Carano is that Kathy Kennedy is a woman placed in a position of power, whereas Gina Carano is a woman who positions herself in power. Note the difference, and imagine being Jon Favreau for a second. You specifically hired Gina Carano for a role that you literally created just for her. Also because you felt like the previous company that she worked for at one point did her wrong. And so you wanted to make it right by hiring her. Those are Jon Favreau's exact words. So what do the soy latte sipping beta male fairies at Disney do? They erase the character from existence because of politics. Imagine being so weak-willed that you can't tell the difference between an actor and the character they played. So that automatically means in your stupid blue-haired dyed brains that that actor needs to be fired because of their private political views that has nothing to do with you or the show. Oh yeah, and we're gonna get to Rosario Dawson in a minute, but these SJWs don't see people, they see demographics. But apparently this whole situation regarding Gina Carano has really upset Jon Favreau. And if I was him, I would be absolutely livid too, but based on his previous work, Jon Favreau is clearly a visionary, and anyone who with that vision is dead meat. One can only hope that he's able to take back the reins at Lucasfilm, but I'm past that point. What he needs to do is quit working for Lucasfilm right now and inform them over social media. That would be some sweet, sweet irony. And if Jon Favreau does indeed quit, then that's a sign that he hasn't sold his soul to the Holly Weirdos. By the way, I have this idea of how the Jon Favreau pitch for season 3 goes. It goes like this. Jon is like, look, we have ratings through the roof. Viewership is at an all-time high. The fans love Star Wars once more. And while Jon is giving this amazing speech, Kathleen Kennedy is sitting across from him and is like, no, I didn't want Grogu and Luke back. Cancel everyone cast in The Mandalorian right now. And to think that Gina Carano and Jon Favreau are actually miles apart on their political issues. But guess what? Is it possible that these two people who strongly disagree on politics can still work together and look out for their mutual best interests? What a crazy idea. Now, my girlfriend is a doctor and she told me that Kathleen Kennedy has shown severe signs of stupidity. Because on one side of her mouth she says toxic fans can't accept strong independent women like Rey Palpatine. And then she'll say that Carano is too strong and independent, fire her immediately. When are these corporate hacks going to realize that twat art doesn't represent reality and that they're catering to an extremely small but very loud minority of extremists? Imagine pandering to a bunch of dim-witted morons that make up less than 1% of your customer base. It couldn't be any sane thinking individual, that's for sure, but one of these days there will be a massive solar flare that will fry the electronics of every satellite in orbit, and that will be the end of the internet as we know it. But how will these lonely basement dwelling SJWs react? How will they find meaning in their pathetic, empty lives afterwards? And speaking of the overweight, cretinous dweebs who sit on Twitter all day, they are now, get this, going after Cory Booker's girlfriend Rosario Dawson, who plays Ashoka. Now, I need to be honest right here. Hooking up with Cory Booker is a fireable offense to me. But that is not why the SJWs are mad. The SJW frenzy never seems to end, does it? They destroy everything in their path like a virus. It bugs me and several other people, and I think that it would be a good idea if they at least recast the actress because she makes many people uncomfortable. Oh, here's another one. Ahsoka Tano doesn't deserve to be played by a She deserves better. Fire Rosario Dawson like you did with Gina Carano. Who would have guessed that appeasing a hate-filled mob of Kool-Aid haired freaks wouldn't satiate their desire to cancel more people? What a shock. First, they got rid of a strong woman like Gina Carano. Now, they want to get rid of a strong, independent LGBTQ person of color woman. This just goes to another perfect example of a woman's worst enemy being another woman, not a man. And this is why we always say the left eats their own, because Rosario Dawson is one of the biggest SJWs there is. If there's anyone out there who still thinks that the far left are good faith actors, you haven't been paying attention. Because so much for the camp of tolerance, love and acceptance and unity. I love how the inclusivity people talk about nothing but excluding people. These frauds aren't even hiding their hypocrisy anymore. But I guess there's no place for strong, empowered women at Disney. That is what I'm getting from this whole situation. But anyway, meanwhile, Pedro Pascal's posts were much worse than Gina Carano's could ever be. He attacked specific people with a meme that wasn't even accurate. But according to Disney, Pedro is just the right shade of racism for them. Because Disney and the extreme far left weirdos on Twitter don't care about the camps in China. You know why they don't care? Is because they want those very same camps in every single country in the Western Hemisphere. And on that bombshell, stay on target, stabilize the rear deflectors, watch for enemy fighters, and cancel Disney Plus. Thank you all for watching. Manic fade out.